Okay then, let's steal some wolves. So deliver the rare wolf. So it was a toss up between using Ben, Sophie, or Jacobo. But the problem is this guy's got 4 stress. I can't send him on any more missions. Ben. Right now it'll spread rumours, public attacks, elite connections. Deception. Maybe deception? Spreading rumours, public attacks, elite connections. Now what it is, let's just go with Sophie. Let's try it out. I don't know how well this is going to go. I need a charismatic person. She's definitely charismatic. She's a bloody child celebrity TV star. Right, let's go. Okay, so we'll find out later. I can't do popularize horses yet. I need alter, so we're going to do old friend. Oh, that's right. This guy wanted to meet up, didn't he? Faced. You faced. Hello, Mr. President. I'm glad you haven't forgotten your old friends. What do you want? Cut to the chase. This guy's a... I don't like this guy. He's a mug. Very well, let's cut to the chase. I'll be honest with you. I'm impressed with how you carried yourself. You managed to find your way into Congress. You seem to be pulling them one by one to your side. I expected far less from you. To tell the truth, I thought you were a buffoon, but luckily for both of us, I couldn't have been more mistaken. True, our mutual friend Wister hasn't been sitting idle either. He's been meeting with congressmen behind your back, and trust me, he's got plenty of resources to apply pressure. 1 second, lad, I just need to text something. Yeah. Just because sometimes when I start recording, I check the mic's working and everything, and sometimes when I don't do that, it's always a time when the mic's not actually working, so I thought just test it now before we get started properly. Okay. He's got plenty of resources to apply the pressure. You already tried to take me out. Failed, of course. I know, why does this guy care so much? He's already tried to take me out. Failed. Yes, you fended off impeachment, but don't think Wister is cowering in a corner somewhere licking his wounds. Long story short, I have a plan. Mate, I've got a plan. Yeah, I don't need your plan. Alright. You're so serious. Actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. There's something I have to tell you. You're a good man, and you know how to take a punch, but I'm afraid that Wister might be quicker and more cunning. So I'll have to take a risk, and perhaps make some sacrifices, my freedom for instance. But once you pass the goddamn amendment, none of it will matter. I really do hope it's not for nothing. My freedom in your hands, do you understand? Ah, okay. So what I don't know what this guy's proposing exactly, but I think he does actually want me to win and pass this amendment, because that amendment gives full immunity to any past crimes as long as you've been a president. So that would also apply to him. But would it though? Would it apply in retrospect? I wouldn't think it. Or does it? Because it's part of the Constitution, maybe it does apply in retrospect. I don't know. My freedom is in your hands, do you understand? Right. What are you planning? Turn yourself into the authorities and testify against Wister? Leave the country if you don't think my plan will work. You don't have to sacrifice at all. I get it. Anything else? What are you planning? Turn yourself into the authorities and testify against Wister? I won't give away any details. Besides, someone else might be listening. But I do want you to know I'm on your side. Anyway, expect to hear from me. I'll try to derail Wister's runaway train. Oh, and one last thing. If you still have anything bad to say about me after what I'm about to do for you, I'll strangle you with my own hands, understand? Well, you won't, mate, I'm a beast. I'll try to be more discreet. Jew, I think retirement has been picking your brains. You told me to speak badly of you. He did actually say that at the start of the game. I do think retirement's been pickling your brains, like. I'll tell the prison guards not to let me drink too much. So he is. He's gonna turn himself in. I don't think I need his help. I'm gonna get this done, like, anyway. Christian Dempsey. Mr. President, I left a message on congress.gov 2 weeks ago and I'm still waiting for a response. That kind of delay is simply unacceptable in this day and age. We need to develop a messenger people can use to contact their elected officials. We'll call it GovChat. No, we won't. Listen, the last thing I need when I'm trying to fucking do business is fucking plebeians texting me their pitiful woes. No chance. Anthony Rowe, Secretary of Labour. Things are really heating up for the government employees, literally. I mean, when it hits 96 degrees outside, that's just brutal. One congressman from North Carolina mopped his brow with a napkin so many times during a press conference, he ended up nudging his signature toupee all the way back to the nape of his neck. We've been running the AC 24/7, and the environmentalists are about to tear us a new one. They're more dangerous than the heat, I tell you. Let's stop this madness, and let government employees wear shorts and t-shirts instead of suits, okay? At least until it cools off a little. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. I've never understood a problem with that. Like, I've worked at a couple of places. I've worked at a few places, right? And if it's red hot, scorching hot, I just come in shorts and t-shirt. Mate, I'm not sweating my tits off for nobody, right? And I remember, it was actually my last job. The manager didn't like... Right, get this, lad. The manager didn't like men to wear shorts. He didn't mind the women wearing skirts and stuff. Like, bruh. But I didn't give a fuck. Like, I remember coming in and I was just rocking shorts and stuff. And everyone was like, you can't wear shorts. You can't wear shorts. You get told off. I went, fucking tell us off, man. I'm a fucking grown-ass man. I'll wear what the fuck I want. Anyways, right. Okay, at least until it cools off a little, yes. I'm a grown-ass man, dog. Fuck, tell us what to wear, you mug. Right. Like, I wasn't wearing, like, fucking Hawaiian shorts or anything. Like, they were, like, black, like, respectable shorts, you know what I mean? Where at least I could, like, still do graft. And, not be sweating. Right, okay, I think we're done. So, before we do go into the next month, we need to apply rest. And everybody else will be fully rested. Good. Do we need any... I don't think we need any passports, do we? Nope. Right, lads, next month, let's do it. Oh, that's so good. Amount to pay is only 665 grand. Do you know why that is? It's because everybody's either been sacked or they've left. It's actually working out pretty well. End of July 2022. Oh, see, we've got a good approval rating. 82.6 we started with. We went up by like less than 1%, 0.5%. Money's down. Shit, remember, I've still got to pay off that 5 million loan. But this is going to get boosted up loads. I'm back to 11, well, back to 12 mil. I'm probably going to get another mil off dividends. Yeah, nice, sweet mill. Promote your candidate. Ellie, darling, you owe me for spotting the danger in time. Had our future congressman not spent the entire month touring the orphanages, Paulus would be uncorking the champagne. Darling, you know how to pick the right person for the job. I'm so proud of you. It's because I sent Alta. Alta's like the best person on my team. Investigate the case. Alvaro. Yeah, how did this go? Mr. President, Alvaro decided to watch the timid young woman from the jury. 1 week later, he had undeniable proof that Klein's lawyer is playing dirty. She can be clearly seen being shoved into a car in one picture and being handed a bulging envelope in the other. No wonder the poor thing looked so upset. Of course, the case has been put on hold, all thanks to you. Very good. Now, deliver the werewolf. Come on. Woman Marosa, President of South African Republic. Mr. President, I wanted a single red wolf, but received not one but two adorable puppies. Please give thanks to your PR specialist. They launched an entire campaign to convince ecological activists that the population of red wolves grows much faster in zoos than in the wild, and they feel better after a change of scenery. A couple of wolves have already been sent to Turkey. Mr. President, your charity foundation will see a token of my gratitude. 700 grand, that's not bad. I would have expected more though. Thing is though, they classed her as a PR specialist. I wonder if we can actually use her as PR specialist, you know what I mean? Because PR is just public relations, isn't it? And she's like a Twitter mogul, so maybe we can use her more for this. Our football-shaped donut was a huge hit, Mr. President. It even busted a few guts, literally. I'm just joking, of course, but you better believe the coaches and nutritionists are going to have their work cut out for them by buying those calories. The players all took selfies standing next to that massive donut, and it brought us a ton of football fans. We've made a contribution to your personal charity as promised. Nice. Double bonus. It's very rare you get double bonuses for them. Oh, look, it worked. No more sweaty suits. I see you followed Congress's example and swapped your suit for a favourite t-shirt. You've got to admit, it's a lot more comfortable on a hot summer day. By the way, the press seems pretty positive about the whole thing. When things get hot, the president puts his people first. I really appreciate this. Oh, of course. -1%. Of course. Mr. President, after one of your border patrol officers lost his composure and shot up a rubber boat full of migrants, a series of major confrontations ensued. Not only our prisons, but also our hospitals are overcrowded. We're planning to send some of the wounded to your country for treatment. The United States must do something to restore. Mate. Every single time. An incredible heatwave is ravaging the East Coast. Experts are remarking record high demand for drinking water and high power air conditioners. Have you noticed that former President Face has been keeping out of the public eye for the past couple of weeks? Well, we certainly have. Could it be simply that the mayor of Washington... the major Washington player field... What the fuck does that even say? Lads, I'm not being funny, right? But something about today, right? My eyes are quite blurry. Just give me eyes. And my glasses... Whew. You know what, lads? I think the reason why I can't actually read today is because... looks like someone's wiped their arse with me glasses. 2 seconds. Listen, what we need visual. We need eyes on, and we do not currently have eyes on. Right. Give these bad boys a wipe. You'd think by now they'd have invented glasses that just don't need cleaned. Self-cleaning glasses. Right, so... oh, that's actually better. Well, we certainly have. Could it be simply that the major Washington player fled the East Coast heatwave? Should we be expecting hot news from Alaska? Archie Wister, our so-called president, is pretending to mess about in international affairs. It clearly just a ploy. He's only interested in his own gain. Just think how much taxpayer money has been spent on the president's personal flights. Ben Shipres, boss, my grandmother died. We were very close and I'll be mourning her all month. Don't expect me at work. Lads, is this a joke? These two motherfuckers, right? This Sophie and this guy here who have just hired... she's hours on a binge, and this guy, I bet you his grandma dies every month. He's just one of those blokes. We've all met them. They always take time off work because the grandmother's dead, and like they do it like every week. It's ridiculous. Estaba, buddy, I just got a call from Rich Bookwater, the media mogul Congress candidate from California. His magazine, Left for Dead, did a lot of damage to Face during your run for office. So this is a classic, the enemy of my enemy is my friend situation. He invited you and me to a dinner party at his villa. Reuben Derry, the infernal chef, is cooking so we can talk business while we fill our bellies with all kinds of awesome delicacies. Also, I just learned a couple of hours ago that you're expected for an official visit to Brazil. I'm pretty sure it's all related somehow. Apparently, Congressman Buckwalter has had a falling out with the government there. They'll tell you the details when we get there. It's up to you to pick who we visit first. Darling, we can't do this without you. Clint is asking you to interfere again. The problem is quite serious. Your candidate is in danger. Okay, listen. Why? We do need to protect the candidate, but... we'll have a look at this first. I wish I had good news, without a but tacked on at the end, but Clint is now risking his life if the proceeds with the electoral campaign, the Vera Paulus, faced former PR manager, completely lost her marbles after we obliterated her precious green boy. A few days ago, she sent a horse head in a box to the headquarters, and today, Tony's old FBI contacts informed him the shit stain had hired a killer to go after Clint. Darling, we should send someone capable to protect our candidate. Maybe Paulus will get the rage out of her system eventually, but we cannot take risks and put our entire future into the hands of the Dillards from the police. This guy's got it protecting clients. This guy could probably get the job done. Alvaro. Yeah, let's put Alvaro in. Because the good thing about putting Alvaro in... oh, do we need Alvaro for anything else? Hold on. We're going to need a competent PR specialist in addition to eye candy. So Alter and Sophie. Yeah. Okay, so we don't need Alvaro for that. That's good, right? So protect your candidate. It's going to be Alvaro. It's going to cost 2, which is good because at the end of the month I can just put him on a getaway and reduce all 4 stars. Or can I do that? Because we're not going to get this. Oh no, we're not going to get him back, are we? I'll do it. Alvaro's good at protecting clients, and also Alvaro's probably good friends with Clint because they've worked together since the start. Andrade Tuskovsky. Sir, after working with Jacobo on an assignment, I realised he was a real idiot. Guys like that have no business working on the president's office. Why don't you sign the order to fire him? Mate, what the fuck? I've already had the guy complain about him. He's now complaining about him. The thing is though, Andresi, as much as you're a good hacker, right? The assassin assassinates people, and he's hilarious, and he actually got the job done. So, you know, I'm not firing him. Don't give me, lads, you better not give me this fucking bullshit. If I have to lose one of these guys, I'm not going to be very happy. Right, let's popularize some horses. Shit, she's got... If I use her for this... She's going to be out, isn't she? Oh, hold on, I've got a better idea. I'm postponing this, because we'll do this. Normally when you do these... Yeah, normally when you do dinner part, like missions like this, more missions open up. Ah, fuck it, lads, just do it. Right, alter on this. PR specialist, bang, she's the best. In addition to eye candy. Debbie's pretty hot, to be fair. She's hot though. Sophie as well. Oh, she's got to be worn out. You think I should put Debbie on? Negative vibes. I could spend some money on Sophie. Right, let's do that. This better fucking work, otherwise this money spent's gonna be 260 grand. Jesus. Sir, you must have picked the wrong people. We needed a prominent media person to compliment the dumb muscle. Fucking idiot. Okay, I'm happy with that. Right, dinner party. She better work, because we learned from that past mission that she might be actually good at PR. Dinner party. Rich Buckwalter. Oh, what a bunch of people. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, I hope you like it. Ruben outdid himself this evening. Have you had the divine bovine testicle tartar yet? It's delicious. Oh yeah, I love some nuts in my mouth. Sounds delicious. Yeah. The fries of Fat Joe's are delicious. What Ruben Derry does, you can't even call it a masterpiece. You'll be paralysed by the combination of flavours. Are you trying to hint that it's actually poisoned? Or paralysed me? The food is as good as ever, Rich. I almost lost it when I tried the shrimp parfait. Ha! Donnie! People with such refined taste as you and I are rare. It's good that we help each other out. And how are we helping you? That's getting to the point. Oh yes, right to business. After all, Ruben will be serving dessert for half an hour. In half an hour. And you certainly don't want to miss it. Rich, I don't think my belt was designed for tonight's dessert, so come on and tell us what's going on. As you know, my business is newspapers, TV and other media. I wanted to be in the restaurant business, but I've opened a dozen and they went bust. I guess I'm just too generous when it comes to food. Your business helped me win the election. You could use your media empire to promote your restaurant. So why are you running for Congress? I just want to have some influence in this country. Okay, so this guy is going to be a potential ally. I want him on my side if he's going to run for Congress. Even though I've already got 6 people. More the merrier. Contrary to popular opinion, Mr. President, I don't tell newspapers and TV stations what to print or show. It's a point of professional pride. Who would respect a chef who cooks with rotten food? That's why I love you, Rich. You're a true professional. And like any professional, I'm always on the lookout for new markets and new opportunities. I recently came across a very interesting opportunity. Mundo Communications, it's a Brazilian media holding company being sold off in a hurry for a mere $1 billion. A little tidbit that I just couldn't help popping in. Yeah, what's the catch? I'd say the risks, Mr. President, not the catch. Almeida, the president of Brazil, has been sandbagging Mundo stock so one of his cronies could buy the holding company. Elections in Brazil are coming up. Mundo Communications, which I now control, opens nearly all the independent media that Almeida hasn't already gotten his hands on. Naturally, this dictator in a social democrat's clothing is dissatisfied with this state of affairs. His approval rating has dropped to a historic low, and he won't survive a second term without total propaganda support. Ah, okay. So now you're deciding the outcome of elections. Well, he's not really. How does he express his dissatisfaction? What's going on right now is nothing short of repression, a crime against freedom of speech. Journalists from my media empire are being targeted on trumped-up charges of extremism. Hold on. Yeah, that's better. Of extremism. The editor-in-chief of Mundo Today is under criminal investigation, and several of my foreign correspondents have lost their accreditation. Okay. This is a flagrant violation of freedom of speech. I agree. That is precisely the reaction I was expecting from Mr. President, the defender of democracy. This story is going to pick up a lot of publicity, and I'm asking you to get ready to level sanctions against Almeida and his people. No one should interfere with the American ability to do business honestly. I agree. If you will not stand idly by and say nothing, then I will support your amendment in return. After all, us free speech activists have to stick together. Okay, so what exactly do I have to do? Oh, I've gone on for too long. Ruben is starting a show in just a few minutes, and if I'm late, it'll be a scandal. I'll leave you gentlemen to it. I hope you make the right decision. I'm going to do this. I'll tell you one thing, I feel sorry for Almeida. Rich always gets his way. Believe me, I saw him eat a whole pig once on a day in one sitting. I reckon Rich was already planning on your support, or he wouldn't have got himself into this mess. He's just too clever, that guy. I don't see anything wrong with it, and if we do decide to impose sanctions, nobody will ask what our motive is. Torturing journalists in 2022 like your Brazilian colleague is doing is shitty enough idea as it is. Ah, well, there we go, good. So we're sanctioning Brazil. Yeah, fuck Brazil. Fuck them. A firm handshake. Gabriel de Almeida, President of Brazil. Look at this guy. Well, hello there, colleague. I wish we could have this conversation under more pleasant circumstances, but we have the hand of cards which is dealt to us. What is it that we need to talk about? I could be a cocky prick. I say these are pleasant circumstances. You're meeting the President of the United States after all. What do we need to talk about? Back in my days as a male watch model, I learned the value of time. I see that you're a businessman too, so let me tell you what I wanted to speak with you, whatever that says. Colleague, imagine this. You've worked hard for your country for 4 years, you've played professionally for the national soccer team, and what do you have to show for it? 100 grey hairs and a dozen deep wrinkles. So yeah, so what? Mate, that's your choice. It's your choice, bro. You have done everything you can to win a second term with your back straight and your head held high, and then some foreigner shows up, buys out half the media and stages a coup. Yes, it's an unpleasant situation, but what does it have to do with me? The point is that an American citizen is waging war against me. Rich Buckwalter, you probably know him. A few months ago, this man brought Mundo Communications, Brazil's largest media holding company. He now controls half the country's media coverage. The deal was brokered through third parties, and it wasn't clear who the buyer was until it was too late. But everything became clear once the pre-election race began. All of Mundo's newspapers, TV and radio stations started dragging me through the mud. And my opponent, the toad in the jacket, they appraise him for every little sneeze. As someone with experience in journalism, I can tell you they're playing dirty. I know exactly what Bookwalter will tell you, that the other media is just afraid to write the truth about me for fear of reprisals. As a professional military man, I see disinformation as a weapon, and I regard the actions of Mundo Communications as an act of war. I will respond accordingly. Actually, out of curiosity, What kind of disinformation are we talking about? I would compare it to chemical weapons. It stinks so much. For example, they write that Ribeiro is a wiser politician, and I just have delusions of grandeur. What kind of nonsense is that? As someone who nearly lost his own presidency to some ridiculous chit-chat amplified by the runaway media, I'm sure you must understand me. But I'm also a businessman, so I offer you a fair deal. You keep Bookwalter busy, give him a tax audit on antitrust crackdown, and keep him out of our business here. And in return, I'll help your charity. I know how much you care about doing good. Nah, I'm good. I'm good with that, mate. I can't ruin an American's life for the benefit the citizen of another country, even if it's the president of the country. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Too bad. You let Americans ruin everybody else's life. Don't stall for time. It won't be long before the election. Of course, I'll always find something to do, no matter what happens. I get offers from watch advertisers every day. So what's the problem then? And think of what a powerful political rival you'll have in Bookwalter if you don't deal with him now. I don't care. Well, I've got a photo shoot about to start, so I need to give my facial muscles a break from the strain. Good day, colleague. I mean, this guy does have he's got a point, right? Okay, if we think about this, so I've got 6 people already. I would like more. Let's get this passed out and actually look at this. Look at the stat screen. But he did actually say something interesting there. This Bookwalter could be a massive political rival, especially if he controls the media. However, he only controls the media in Brazil, or does he control it in America as well? Funny, this thing with Faced has me worried. It's weird that he just disappeared and didn't warn you. I know, I never reported to you about anything, but the old dog obviously wanted Amendment 28 as much as you did, and he was obviously afraid of someone, and suddenly he just decides to go on a bender somewhere in Hawaii. It might be nice if you and Tony checked up on this drunken old fool. The vanishing president. Vernon Chuchley, chairman at Mr. President's fan club. The East Coast has been suffering from a devastating heatwave for over a month now, Mr. President. People are stockpiling water, and when they see less and less of it on store shelves, they panic and start buying even more. We're approaching a water shortage. It occurred to me that this could be an excellent opportunity to show the American people you care. Let's start selling drinking water to residential neighbourhoods, cities and towns all along the East Coast. Will you agree to dedicate $300,000 from your charitable fund to the water? Yes, I will. I will do that. Mark Gwatowski, head of the American Firefighters and Rescuers Union. To be honest, Mr. President, this heatwave is too much even for firefighters. Just imagine how ordinary people are getting along. No amount of air conditioning, cold showers or ice bucket challenges can help them. We're used to pulling people out of burning buildings, so we can't just stand idly by while the whole district is on fire. Can we assign a few fire departments to fight the heat? We'll drive a few fire trucks up to the White House and spray people with fire hoses. What? No. Fucking stupidest thing I've ever heard. Right, wait, what was I gonna do? Oh yes, I need to look at this. Is it this? No. I don't know where the menu is for... Here it is, right. I've got 6. I could fuck off this guy that owns the media company. And I've got one less political rival. But at the same time, we can't lose sight of the end goal. The end goal is don't go to jail after our time expires. Like after we become the ex-president, when we leave Congress, we can't go to jail. I'm gonna side with the American dude. Anyway, what do we need for this? The vanishing president. Where the hell is Faced? Buddy, Faced and I were never buddies, but we used to go to the same poker club. If he's somewhere in Mexico with no pants and no memory of what happened after he scored the bag of pure, then we ought to help him. Besides, the first lady told me to look into it. What if Joe decided to switch sides again? From the right side back to the rotten establishment. We don't know anything yet, so I suggest we cover both brains and the brawn. Then you can't go wrong. Well, I've got no brawn. I do have brains, but we can leave this for... We're going to have to. We can't do it. I need Braun. So we're gonna need Alvaro or Jacobo. Right, the Brazilian dilemma. Let's do it. Here we go. It's a choice. Buddy, we need Rich's vote for that amendment. Plus, we don't want to start a fight with the owner of a more or less royal media empire. On the other hand, we could definitely use the Brazilian president's money. Paying for congressional campaigns turns out to be an expensive business. Yeah, I don't need the money. Have you decided who you're going to help? Yeah, I am. Rich, of course, he's a powerful American and a future congressman. Definitely. He's also very generous and hospitable. I'm glad you chose him, my friend. I'd have been very disappointed if Rich stopped inviting me to dinner parties. I prepared both documents for you. One is the sanctions Rich wanted, and the other an antitrust investigation against Mundo Communications, which should give the Brazilian president enough cover to win re-election. Right, wait there. Both documents. One is sanctions Rich wanted. The other is an antitrust investigation against Mundo Communications, which should give the Brazilian president enough cover. Yeah. Okay, so this is the decision. We're going to sanction Brazil. Enact sanctions against the Brazilian government. In view of the unprecedented pressure exerted by the Brazilian government on the Mundo Communications Media Holding Company and the gross violation of the principles of freedom of speech, immediately impose personal sanctions against Brazilian President Gabriel de Almeida, Brazilian Information Minister João Falisto, and other officials responsible for harassing journalists, end cooperation with the Brazilian government in information technology, block funding for all joint media projects. If the pressure on independent media in Brazil does not cease, the list of sanctions will be reviewed and expanded. Bang. Done. Sign it. Oh, we can get... So does this mean if I spend 300,000, I can get 7% boost straight away? And that'll put me at 90%? Boom. Lobby that shit. I do need to look at other documents. Remember, I got your back no matter what, buddy. Vernon Chuli. Mr. President, 200 trucks with water from the president plastered all over the drove to towns and cities suffering from the heatwave. Needless to say, people snatched the free water right up, but the press didn't really appreciate your kind gesture. They say you're still campaigning instead of trying to solve real problems. What do they want? Fucking hell, man. I don't care. Lads, the press are dickheads. The people's what matter. Mark Goratskovsky. You know, it's probably a good thing we didn't order those fire departments to help people beat the heat. A few forest fires have broken out because of the drought, and every firefighter truck counts right now. Good thinking, Mr. President. Yeah, why are we just going to spray water fucking at people? Just get a couple of super soakers. Ruth O'Connor. What the fuck? Is this a child fucking millionaire? Economic advisor. Mr. President, you probably know about all those trendy apps where school kids rake in the door for posting dumb videos, then blow it all on clothes, fidget spinners, and God knows only what else. Giving kids all kind of cash is just stupid. They don't understand the value of $1. The money could do a lot for society if it made its way into the federal budget. We should introduce an additional tax on videos with minors in them. What do you say? No. Like, an additional tax to videos with minors in them. But regardless if you own money, you earn money, whether you're a child or adult. Like, if you're a child, it has to go into an adult's bank account, doesn't it? I don't think TaxNet would stop exploitation. I don't think that's what it's getting at. And even then, it wouldn't matter. I'm not doing that. That's fucking a bit dodgy. Antonio Estaba, Vice President. Hey, remember the Estaba's witnesses? Oh yeah. This, mate, don't be going on about Estaba's witnesses, bro. I don't want to hear anything about it. Their hearts are just bursting with love, buddy. This one fella literally begged me to offecate at his wedding. Oh yeah. I know you don't think much of that whole thing, but he's going to pay me a ton of cash. I don't know what to do with all that cheddar, so I'd love to split it with you, buddy. Should I tell the happy couple I'm willing to marry them? Offecate? Oh, I thought that was like taking a shit at someone's wedding. No, you're not doing that. I can't have the fucking heat, man. This guy, if I let this guy do that, he's gonna fucking want to become a fucking person that marries people. What are they called? I don't know. Someone that marries people. Fucking idiot. Ellie, first lady. Honey, remember Bertha Clover, the journalist from Left 4 Dead? She's probably the only one who didn't trash you too loudly and too often. Well, now she's going to Congress. Oh, I don't know why she stepped into the ring herself. You can ask her when you see her, but the important thing is that she's willing to support us. The dark-skinned journalist stands a good chance but needs money. We can help her. It turns out that It turns out that Clint and Conrad are her sons. Oh shit! Oh shit! I wonder why Clint never mentioned it. There's also a third son, Troy, but the only thing I know about him is that he spent most of his life in mental institutions. I didn't realise Conrad was black. That's madness. That's funny how they never mentioned anything. Is this the crime boss family? She's invited you to school to a school play at Montgomery Elementary. It's a free school in a poor community, but by Glover herself, she's probably trying to show us that she's worth our investment. You ought to go. It would be good for you to be in the spotlight for a bit, and it's time we do something about Bertha. Children's Theatre. Okay. It's quite a cool month, this, because we don't have many side missions. We've just got like lots of main missions to concentrate on. I do like it. Yeah, look at all these documents I've got. Demonopolize the Chinese restaurant business. I didn't want to do that. Normalization of relations with Russia. We lose 8% if we do this. I think once I get 90% approval rating and do that mission, I'm gonna lobby this. I did want to do this. School reform. Do you know what it is? I think school administration will take care of it. Yeah, this is the one with the food implementation. Let's close that for now. Right. Children's Theatre. Let's take a drink. Berta Glover, Left 4 Dead. Mr. President, hello. It's nice to talk like this without all the cameras and scribbling. With you journalists, it's better never to relax. With you journalists, it's better never to relax. I understand why you think so. Your children serve their country faithfully, Miss Glover. I hope the same can be said of me. But right at this very moment, I'm not a journalist or even a mother. I'm just an American citizen who loves her country and wants a decent future for all people. Did you go into politics for the sake of your fellow Americans? What kind of future do you think Americans deserve? A future in which an intelligent president is in power and African American women don't have to raise children in poverty. Oh, the show's about to start. I love it when the cute and little chubby boys dress up like piggies. I can't help it. It's just so nostalgic. You're probably thinking about Conrad. You know, before I got this school built, the beautiful children you see up on stage there had only two choices in life. Sell drugs or use drugs, or both. Well, they didn't. That's a bit of a stretch. That's not actually the only two choices they've got, really, is it? Like, bruh, come on. You're simplifying it a bit. But your children chose a different path, Miss Glover. Which is true. They had me. The rest of Alabama's children deserve the same. That's why I need your financial support, Mr. President. Together with you, I want to make this country a better place, and I promise I won't let you down. Think about your answer. For now, let's enjoy the work of our brilliant future generation, Mr. President. I'm going to give her support, depending on how much she asks. Honestly, I think we can trust Bertha Glover. From everything I know about her, she'll fight a brighter future for the children of her state and for all of America. She might actually manage to do something good. We could give her some campaign money now. 500,000 should be enough. What do you say? Yeah. No problem, I trust her. Alright, honey. I'll go make Bertha happy and you let Tony know he's tailgating. Boom. Yay, 83%. The president recently attended a theatre production at Montgomery Elementary School. He seemed interested not only in the world's problems, but also the creativity of ordinary children from Alabama. It was a pleasure to watch the leader of the nation laughing and cheering at the children's play and interacting with the little ones. By his own example, he's shown them and us that every possibility is open to America. Troy Glover. Troy Glover. Oh, is this the... Huh? So this is the other son. Mr. President, I once broke into Clint's phone and I've had your number ever since. Today I thought I should use it. Have you been in touch with my mother? You don't know anything about our family. Nothing. But I'll tell you, come to St. Charles, I want to help. But I won't talk to anyone but you. If you don't come, you'll be sorry. Believe me, Mr. President. Believe me or you won't like what happens next. The fuck's this guy? The third son. Oh, this is getting good. Wolfgang Stoffels. Mr. President, people love and respect successful people, but they envy them even more. And when there's envy, there's curses, evil eyes, and magic spells. You don't have to believe in the supernatural phenomena, but you can't deny the power of negative energy. That's why American scientists started a project Hex Blocker to create an impenetrable energy shield. As the most successful man in America, this is something you could stand to benefit from. Would you like to participate in the project? No, fucking... Bullshit. First Lady, oh my god, hon, I almost had a heart attack at breakfast today. A gigantic cockroach crawled into our nice white tablecloth. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Well, after our old manager's red moustache, yuck. Oh, I kid. But this is no laughing matter, hon. We need to call in the exterminators before those gross bugs take over the whole house. We can stay at Camp David in the meantime, okay? Yes. I don't know why that would be negative. Unless it's some elaborate ploy to get access to the White House by infesting it with cockroaches, and then when you call in a extermination team, it's undercover agents and they wipe us out. That's a possibility. Right, the third son. Come on then. This guy's a cockroach. I can already tell this guy's a cockroach. Bertha Glover's youngest son. Mr. President, I will finally have a story of my own about you. Bertha always says Clint and Conrad that, working with the biggest man in the country. Well, now I'm just the same. Ah. You call your mother by her first name? That's strange. I don't think of her as my mother. You think that's a sign that I'm crazy? Well, I'm not crazy. You've got nothing to be ashamed of. I'm not ashamed of anything. You think they only take mentally ill patients? Oh, this guy's mentally ill, isn't it? At St. Charles. Like the guy in the next bed, David, he started hearing voices and went to a bunch of doctors and fortune tellers for 6 months before he ended up here. Turns out his wife had installed tiny speakers that played recorded whispers to drive him crazy. Sounds totally crazy, but it's true. But there are some perfectly normal people around here too, like me, for example. This sounds sus. But never mind that. I didn't call you here for idle chit-chat. I wanted to talk about Bertha Glover. It just so happens that she gave birth to me. You must think this woman is a model mother. I'm sure she told you all sorts of stories about her motherhood. She didn't. You want to know what she's really like? Didn't your mother love you? Again, you're starting to talk to me like an idiot. Listen to me carefully. Bertha Glover doesn't love anybody. Why do you think none of her sons want to talk to such a good mother? It's normal for children and parents to have conflicts sometimes. It's not a normal family quarrel. None of us have said happy birthday to her in 15 years. Bertha Glover, my birth mother, is a cruel woman. You have no idea how cruel. Yes, for the camera, she looks like a loving, caring mother, but back home, for bad behaviour, she wouldn't give us food and locked us in the closet. Conrad was one forced to kneel down for 6 hours. His knees were all in blood by the end of it. There was a special punishment for me. One time I got into Bertha's computer, and for that she took her belt with a big metal buckle and she whipped me until my butt looked like a plum. The worst time was when I wrote an innocent high school essay and won state prize. You wouldn't believe it. She beat me until I was blue in the face, all because somebody blurted out to Bertha that I had more talent than she ever had. Parents are in charge of deciding how to raise their children, though. At the end of the day, it's true. Is it okay for them to decide to torture their children? Is that what happened to you? I'm sorry. If that doesn't convince you, here's the big secret. None of Bertha's best articles are hers at all. I wrote them. And I have plenty of proof, although the woman put me in here before I could publish it. Oh, I hope this is true. This is fucking brutal. She's been planning it ever since I started writing articles for my portfolio so I could go to journalism school. But now I've found a way to tell all of America the truth. I realise you're a talented journalist. Maybe you'd like to join my team. Actually, I'm going to tell the press. I already did a sneak interview with a major publication. But you know, if you're willing to take me on, I'll do whatever you say. Troy Glover is the president's best man. For a modest fee, of course. I'll take you on. Fuck it, why not? Oh, well, let's get another. Yes, sir. I'm ready to start right now. You'll get Bertha to let me out of here, won't you? They're here for me, Mr. President. But for the last time, Bertha should be in jail, not Congress. We've just killed two birds with one stone. I'm going to get her in Congress, and I'm going to get him on my team. Yeah, baby. This guy cannot ask for much money, can he? I mean, he's only a fucking journalist. Get this, honey. The bugs in the White House aren't actually roaches at all. They're termites. Where did they come from? From Tony's terrarium. That's where. The only thing worse than termites is creepy old Camp Dave. Oh, motherfucker. Bill Graham. This is America's TV channel director. We're ready to release your big interview, Mr. President. While going over the footage, our editor noticed that every time you talk about inequality, you look to the side and wring your hands. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, but some armchair psychologist might decide you're lying when you promise to close the income gap between the rich and the poor. Should we cut a couple of those parts out to make it less obvious? Listen, I know I'm going to say yes, and it's going to backfire anyway. Yes, do it. Just do it. Alexander Tishenko, Ukraine's ambassador to the United States. Mr. President, our scouts report that the Russians are building up a military contingent along our borders. I think a small show of support from you would help them keep them from revving their tanks and other such foolishness. Just send us about 20 experienced soldiers. They can make a show of training with our troops and demonstrate that our armies are allies. I'm sure Ukraine will not be the only nation that rejoices to see you doing your duty to international community. Will you send the men? The Russians are building up a military contingent along our borders. I think a small show of support from you. No, I'm not getting involved. Berta Glover, Mr. President, my boy is not quite well. God gave him a talent for writing, but took away part of his mind in return. But if you think my boy can be useful to you like this, well, I'll entrust Troy to you. Bada boom, bada bing. I got him. Nice, and we've got Troy. How much does this guy take? Huh? Oh, there, people. 150,000. That's not bad. Fine. It's fine. It's fine. What can you do? Because you're a journalist. The good thing is, I don't actually have a journalist because my other one left. Did he? I can't remember who the other journalist was. Oh, that's right. It was the guy from the start that really hated my guts. But then it was Snotty Joe. That's right. Good, we've got a new journalist now. The vanishing president can't do it. So let's. He's going to lose. Oh no. We only lose one stress point. Yeah, oh, but wait there, what does Troy do? Your rating losses after events are reduced by a third. You lose 50 grand at the end of every month. You can read your subordinates on a regular assignment, to spread propaganda. He's not too bad. But yeah, I only lose 1 stress point at the end of every month. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send these two. I want everybody fresh for next month. Well, as fresh as I can get them. I'm going to send these two. It's only a couple of grand. Alter and you on holiday. There we go, right. So we'll go to next month and see what's a crack-a-lackin'. Let's do it. We don't have to do anything else, do we? Get rid of this. Black gold. Yeah, before I do that, I actually need to make sure that I've got everybody available. It could be next month, actually. Bang. 710,000. That's alright. Pay the man. Oh, we're on the rise. 83. 85.8, lads. Bang. Losing quite a bit of money, and we don't have much. Well, we do have quite a bit of money coming in, but we seem to be stagnant about 14 mil. Nice, boss. Monthly dividends. Yeah, we get 1 mil there. Whoa, sorry, we're actually losing about 1 mil every month. But then again, no, because I spent some money last month, didn't I? Give her 500,000 for a campaign. Debbie Shaw. Mr. President, I have never rested like that. Finally, I could get away from all the paperwork. Yeah, you could. St. Alvaro, did he work? Darling, I was right. The killer Paulus had pretended to be a journalist and entered the press conference using a fake ID. The shit stain knows how to game the system. Clint is fine, but only because we issued a bodyguard. He spotted the killer and roughed him up before the police arrived. They found a gun in the killer's bag, and I'm sure he would have used it. Nice. Oh shit, yeah, Popularize the horses. Did this work? It worked. You did it, sir. The Texans have remembered that horses have been there for a long time before people invented cars and quickly joined the burgeoning trend. These days, mixing a person on horseback in Texas is easier than meeting a car driver. Thank you. My talents as a mediator are at your service. So Sophie is good at PR. That's great to know. She's demonstrated that twice so far. Ria Tin, mediator. Hello, Mr. President. I would be happy to help you with any unhappy employees you have. If there's a friction in the workplace, feel free to bring the unhappy parties to me for a counseling session. Ah. 2.6 mil. 2.6 million dollars. Fucking joke. Probably, no, it is, lads. It's probably going to be a necessary evil. Because I don't want to lose Andresi or Jacobo. I wonder how bad it'll get. We'll wait and see. I'm not spending it now. I'll only spend it when it's absolutely necessary. Bill Graham. Mr. President, we cut most of the times you looked aside when talking about inequality in one hour interview, but out of the entire interview. You now talk about it for about 1 minute and 48 seconds. The press decided you were intentionally dodging the subject. Oh, well, fucking. Oh, and that wasn't going to go down well either. Fucking, fuck's sake. Right, what's this? Mr. President, as you know, I eliminate every target you set for me. My flawless accuracy will continue to serve you, but only if you raise my salary. Can we say quintuple? Fuck. Right, tell you what, lads. I know what's going to happen here. I'm not going to do this now, because that's far too much money, right? But I know next time he asks for it, it's going to be more than 4 times. And then you'll see he's going to leave. We'll come to that bridge, but I'm not paying him that at the minute. That's far too much. Wait there. See, these guys negotiate really, like, cleverly. Can I get a quintuple salary? But a quintuple salary would actually only be a flat million. But what he's saying is he wants a quintuple plus his original salary. I'm not doing it. That's unfortunate, Mr. President, but very well. I'll wait a little longer. Good. Sanctions against Brazil worked. I'm going to sign. I'm not spending 4 mil. I want to sign it. Buddy, if you sign this document, Rich will vote for your amendment in Congress, but the Brazilian president will be totally offended. Is this your final decision? Yes. Bang. Buddy, Rich Walter called, happy as a cat, invited us to a dinner party. I declined, of course. It's better not to advertise our arrangement with him, but the others can go and relax. Old Rich asked me to tell you that you're a real fighter for justice and that he'd be glad to support you in Congress. Our media is furious, of course, but who cares now? He can't hold on to the presidency as we already have a good start with the new government. Want to have a drink to celebrate our success? What then? Bang, bida bom boom. Smashed it. Hackers attacked the accounts of the Australian Prime Minister's charity fund, the Warm Touch Foundation. Millions of dollars were transferred to other charities across the world. PM Helen Nugent has promised to deal with the financial terrorists. East Coast heatwave is breaking and water is returning to riverbeds and fountains, but for how long? Will this fall bring an even more bitter harvest to America? Oh, that's from Berta Glover. Antonio Estaba, the enemies of democracy will fall. That is the pledge of Antonio Estaba, big number one, right after America's top number one. Boosh. Mr. President, when I leave my lunch in the refrigerator, I expect to eat it myself, but some creep has his eye on my signature tuna sandwiches. He takes one, then bites into another. I swear I can tell by the trail of crumbs who it is. Fucking hell, everyone's got an issue. Lads, I wonder who the last person is. Not that it matters. Bet paid off. Tony, I've been waiting for days for you to come and admit defeat, but I don't think you have the guts. That's why I had to come catch you. What do you mean, defeat? I took pity on you, and we got a 4-4 tie. You can consider that a favour. What do you mean 4-4? I ended up with 5 candidates. I won. 5? What are you talking about? Both of us came ahead, but we only ended up finding 4 people each. Or wait, are you counting the idea of sending someone from our team? Yes, that counted. What's wrong with that? We didn't stipulate any limits of the candidate we were looking for should be... Sorry. Any limits on the candidate we were looking for should be. Except we all worked together on that nomination, not just you. Buddy, you be the judge. Is it a tie or did Ellie win? You're right, Tony. It's a draw. The idea of picking a candidate from the team wasn't part of the bet. You both did excellent. Alright, darling. It's up to you now. The election is in 2 months. Let's cross our fingers and hope 6 of them make it into Congress. Now, lads, something's just come to my mind, right? I need to make sure we're on track with this. I need to pay back 5 million. Remember, I've took a loan. I don't want to get in trouble with the fucking mafia. Honey, we just received a whole $1 million transfer. I understand the account is charitable and any American with a big heart can donate, but usually people with big hearts don't have such big wallets. And we don't even know the name of this fabulous do-gooder. The donor signed with the nickname Grandpa and left a short message for justice. That's it. No other clues. To be honest, such unexpected generosity stresses me out more than it cheers me up. We need to figure out if we're being dragged into something dangerous before it's too late to turn around. Turn around. Helen Nugent. Mr. President. So she's the Prime Minister of Australia. Mr. President, you may have heard a rumour that I've become a little poorer. In turn, I've heard a rumour that you've become a little richer. It seems we have something to discuss. Is it her? It's probably her. Estaba. Hey buddy, smart of you not to sign this anti-sanction document, which the Germans and Russians have bungled for you. In my gut, I know it's no good. Let's lay off and gather dust. Yeah, because I haven't signed that Russian deal. I'm actually not going to do it. I'm just going to let it sit for now until I can afford to lose the thing. And he agrees as well. Okay, we've got a lot of quests here. Oh wait, they're black gold. Oh, we've reached 90% without even... Oh, lads. This is good shit. I'm back at 14 mil. Thing is though, right, I do actually have loads of money in the bank. I've got all of this I can still sell. There's 1 mil. 2 mil easy. 4 mil. 6 mil. 7, 8, 9 mil. 10 mil. There's about 12 mil I've got in the bank, but I'd rather keep that those information because those are good for bribery and stuff like that. Not that we've only actually ever been able to use one of these items to bribe someone once, and that was to get the senator at the like probably the middle of the game. Okay, so what are we actually got to do now? Cell phone, oh yes, the vanishing president. I need to do that. Protect nature, regulate video games, that's not happening. And black gold, okay. First thing next episode, I'm probably going to do black gold. Because I can't risk dropping below 90%, and that's probably going to happen. I need to get this done ASAP, and then we'll just go through these quests, and then we'll do the main one. Okay, lads, hope you enjoyed the episode. See you in the next one.